When life takes a shift on you, SHIFT, there are three stages that you should pass through, and the emphasis being on should. Why me? What now? Watch this. Two questions, one emphasis. And sadly, most people stay on the questioning stage, the first two stages. Why me? What now? And they never reach the exponential growth of watch this. So let's talk about the three stages to identify not only where you may be, but also to provoke you to move to the next level. Because where you are right now, it is, but it's not all there is. Welcome to MVP, the Marsh Buice podcast. I am your host, Marsh Buice. And there are three things that you're going to deal with in life. Adversity. Welcome to MVP, the Marsh Buice podcast. I keep wanting to say project. I guess it is a project. But this is the Marsh Buice podcast. And here on this podcast, you're going to learn to embrace uncertainty, handle the adversity, and never settle again using 5 skills: communication, curiosity, creativity, continuous learning and action, and productive confrontation. So when you find that you're a little bit stuck in the mud, chances are you're not working in one or more, or God forbid, all of these, what I call the 5 C's. So let's pass through, make sure that we're passing through the 3 stages when life takes a shift on you. SHI, a little F, and a T, because a lot of times life takes a shit on you, but really in essence, it's life's taking a shift on you. So the first stage is why me? And sadly, man, this is where most people perpetually stay stuck for the rest of their lives. Why me? Why did this happen? And they're so many times they're questioning why me, but it's really not a question. What they're trying to do is they're trying to seek blame. They're trying to call out the other person. And they put their lives on hold. They really do. And you've either been there before or you've dealt with people that, dude, like the traumatic event happened so many years ago in their lives, yet they can't seem to move past that because they're so adamant about seeking punishment for that other person that they put their lives on hold. And they miss out on all of the daily opportunities that they could capitalize on that would propel them to the next level. Now, the why me stage, it's natural. It's natural to question it. But you make sure, man, that you're looking forward to the next stage. And this is where you got to fight to get to the next level. And the next level is the what now stage. And I like the word what now versus what next, because what next kind of puts you in the 8th day of the week. You know what the 8th day of the week is? Someday. So when you say what next, a lot of times what you're doing is this is your if then clause, where you say, well, if I had this, then I would be able to get myself out of this situation. And that's when you're in the, what next. But when you call it what now, that's immediate. That's where you become resourceful, even when you lack the resources. You are not going to find any successful person, whether a billionaire, a millionaire, or a thousandaire, whatever. You're not going to find anyone who is successful who had it all perfect. It wasn't that they had perfect circumstances. is that they used the circumstances as leverage to help push them forward. So what now is where you look around and you become resourceful with with what you got. You don't spend any time, whether emotional, mental, physical, verbal currency, you don't waste any of that time talking about things that you don't have, talking about things that you lack. And if only you had this. No, because I guarantee you, someone's always got it worse than you. And someone would love to have the resources that you already have available. See, there's stages to this. So you think that you're on this island and you lack so much. Well, I guarantee you there is someone behind you who wish they had what you had. All right? So this is so important. On stage 2, this is a survivor stage. This is all it is. And so you're surviving to get through a day, a month, a quarter, a year, a couple of years, whatever, a little band here. But you realize you maintain your awareness that you can't stay here. Number one, because there's another level, stage 3, that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But also, you maintain your awareness to not slip back into the first stage, the victim stage of why me. So in this stage, you use the resources, you survive, but you realize, dude, I gotta get going. This is where you start the momentum. This is where you build the momentum to get to the next stage. See, right now in stage 2, you're trying to stop the bleeding, right? So you cauterize it. It's a lot like, when I'm dealing with people and they have bad credit, then what I do is I'll tell them, I say, look, here's what you need to do right now. You don't want to make the situation any worse. Unfortunately, I can't get you approved for now, but here are some things that you need to do to evolve past this. And the number one thing is don't let anything else get worse. Stop the bleeding. So pay your accounts on time and pay your old accounts that were in default, pay those off or settle for them because they're already bad anyway. And then you can start adding even some small loans to help push the bad stuff down. But so many times it's metaphorical in life, whether the credit report or whether they're in their own lives. They say, oh, it's bad. So they just continue to make it bad. No, you just have to cauterize this. And this is what that stage 2, stage 1 is, oh, well, and you throw your hands up and you say, why me? Well, it's already bad. And you just stay there. Stage 2, whether we're talking about your own personal life or a credit report, stage 2 is where you just don't let things get worse, but you're not really incrementally improving. It's not getting any worse, but it's really not getting any better for you either. So now we got to go to stage 3. Stage 2 is where we begin to build the momentum. Stage 3 is where we actually, not only do we ride the momentum, but we actually intensify the momentum. This is where we add gas to the fire, man. This is where you add logs. So this is stage 3 is the watch this stage. And that is my favorite stage. And it should be the one that you're trying to get to. And watch this is to all the people who counted me out, to all the even myself. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can get past this. This is the watch this stage where you chase the effort, not the results. The results are going to be what the results are when they get there. When is not your concern. What you do for now is your concern, is the thing that you have to do. So this is the watch this stage. And you're intensifying your effort. You're intensifying your energy. You're only talking about things that bring productive value. You almost isolate yourself you definitely isolate yourself from, the toxic people, the people who just want you to stay at certain levels. Oh, it's okay. Rub you on your back. You've been dealt a bad hand. are, hey, let's go get high, let's go get drunk, let's go eat and drink and get high and get drunk. Let's go to the strip club, whatever. They want to keep you because, you know, those people, man, they need a partner. They need someone to, it's crabs in a bucket, man. And so they're not going to like that you're trying to move to stage 3 to watch this stage. So you really got to really isolate yourself. And this is where you just got to be on the what is that? D&D, the do not disturb. I use the do not disturb on my phone a lot. Calls can't come through except from people who are truly in my camp. I mean, the 100 percenters. And so anybody else they get sent to voicemail. That's what you got to do with people. The do not disturb on your phone, but also the do not disturb in your life as well, where you're always on your way to work. You're just getting off of work. You're heading to the gym. Hey, man, I'd love to. Sorry. You don't have to explain anything. Just keep it rocking. And so the watch this stage is an important stage, man. This is where you play to the blurry crowd. Let me tell you who the blurry crowd is. It's exactly what I just said. They're blurry, fuzzy people. You know how when you put your phone on the portrait mode, and so all the objects behind you, you're the main focus, and all the objects behind you are kind of blurry. They're there, you can make them out, but you can't really make out the detail. That's your blurry crowd in your life. So at the watch this stage is where you're playing to the blurry crowd. No one in specific, because I'm not going to intensify my focus on getting back at the circumstance or other person who initially on stage 1, why me, I felt like they were the cause of whatever my situation is. I'm no longer going to give them a space in my mind. So they just become a part of my audience. And that's what the blurry crowd is. So at the watch this stage is where I've pushed past all of the muck and the mud from stage 1 of why me and got into the what now and started using what I already had and started capitalizing on those things and then building the momentum, just laying the brick, man. And so you lay the brick every single day. That one brick, I make good decisions. I don't wake up in a deficit anymore. And because I get this energy going, this momentum building, then I get to the watch this stage. And this is where, dude, not only am I riding the wave, but I'm looking for the next big wave as well. Dude, there are people, when I got demoted, there are people who counted me out. And there are people to this day who I really admire, who we're cool. I don't hold any animosity to them. It's human nature to say, oh, I don't think there's any coming back from this. Dude, I was dangling by a thread. So it's natural that people were looking at me saying, I don't think he's going to make it. But I don't harbor any ill will toward those people, nor they're just on the same level as the people that wanted me to fail, wanted me to go under, wanted me to no longer be walking on this earth. They're all just a part of the blurry crowd. They're an audience that I play to. They're logs on the fire. They're kind of that chip. And then there's the watch this to me too. I'm part of that blurry crowd as well. The old me, the me that was saying, I don't think I can do this. And that watch this stage is where the blurry crowd, they're just the audience. I'm the main character. I'm the leading character in this show. So watch this. Remember, keep it simple, keep it moving, never settle. Thanks for joining the Marsh Buice podcast. If you like today's show, man, get the word out. Share this with someone else. Also, you can hook up with me on the Instagram stories. My personal is where you can see what's going on in my daily life in my stories. Post every single day there. And then there's the Marsh Buice podcast, which is the channel specifically for the Marsh Buice podcast, where I will post new episodes that will come up as I put those out. So remember, stay amazing. Thank you so much for being here. For more episodes like this, and go to marshbuice.com. That's MARSHBUICE. And there you will find thousands of free content, formerly of the Sales Life podcast and now of the Marsh Buice podcast. And it's all about embracing the uncertainty, handling the adversity, and never settling again. You need some tools, man. You need some things to help get you off that island. And I've got those free resources for you too. Thank you so much for the ratings and reviews. Definitely need those coming in. Please take 5 seconds and thumb a rating. Take 90 seconds, man, and leave a review on your favorite episode, or what this episode meant to you, or what the podcast in general, why you keep coming back. So let's get out of here. Peace.